Today, on Lessons with New, we're going to be learning how to spell the word oeuvre. Oeuvre. Oeuvre from the French, like a genre or a kind of a thing that is your groove or is one's affection in a mode of culture. If you were to try and define it off the top of your head as a word, oeuvre is a great word to use if you are trying to express things intellectually, but a mofo of a word to spell if you're English. It doesn't come easily, not even on the QWERTY keyboard. When we spell in English, I've noticed certain words are so hard to spell, and they're always the foreign ones. But it's interesting because they're all spelled in ways that are so irregular to the QWERTY system, and I guess that's why they're foreign. The QWERTY system adapts itself to our alphabet, right? Very nicely. It's very fluid. All the words flow mostly. Axolotl and zygote are a little tricky, but they're very much English words still, right? But oeuvre, oh my God, I could not spell that off the top of my head without my method. And so I'm going to teach you the method. Now you may laugh, and you may puke, and I hope you do puke. Because if you puke, you will remember how to spell oeuvre, okay, or oeuvre, or oeuvre. There's some people, some potential people pronounce it oeuvre. I can't even get it. I can't get high anymore because I've smoked too much. But it's more like oeuvre or oeuvre or oeuvre. That's it, oeuvre. That's how some people pronounce it. But I like it oeuvre. Okay. Either way, it's a good word in what it means. But the point is, it's hard to spell. So remember, if you want to use the word, think of sick, okay? You go, right? So it's O-E-U-V-R-E. Oeuvre. Oeuvre. Right? O-U, spell E-U, right? So oeuvre. Right? O-E-U-V-R-E. Vra. Right? But it's pronounced oeuvre. Or oeuvre. So there we go. Hope this vomit of inducing bilge hasn't rotted your skull anymore as it was not intended to do. I'm only doing my best to teach you English and French. Not that I know French, it was the only GCSE I failed. I got a Bally D. You can never understand French, and I think, looking back, it's because it was all in French. I was good at English, I excel in English, I was fine in English, no problems there, but the French, that wasn't my language. And thus, I found it taxing. And if you try to spell oeuvre on a QWERTY keyboard, you too will be pissed off. But if you put in the effort, you'll spell the word, and you'll sound 10 times smarter than a jobby, jibber, jockey, jabber, jabwocky, jabber, jibber person who doesn't know how to speak English very well. And it's this vocabulary, it's a minimal layering of bricks or something. Not that bricklaying is stupid, it takes vital understanding of precision, but they're not known for their dexterity of lingo per se, although I would gladly be proved wrong by dexterous bricklayer of Shakespearean form. Well done, chaps. And I'm not going to leave it there, because if you leave it at the bricklayers, that's just like singling out people as being less decent at the English vernacular than others, and that's wrong. I'm not having that. So I apologise to bricklayers. I've met lovely bricklayers. They're not stupid. They don't read books all the time. They're not into maths. They like structure of physical engineering in precision symmetry, like an art. They're artists. They're physical artists. And that's why oeuvre is not a word most artists can spell. And I think that's why the elite in art put oeuvre in a word to create the class system, because that will create the divide in the art world, which is the elite world of the conceptual intellectualism art world, into two camps. Those who are the smart, knowing elite art world, who can spell oeuvre or oeuvre, and those who don't know what the fuck's going on, can't spell shit. And therein is all the chaos and the confusion and the need for an education system, and the need for an education system after an education system, and the need for hospitals down the line if you don't have education systems because of idiots who didn't go to school. A lot of the time. Most people who end up in hospital do so because of folly and accident, evil, brutality and wickedry. No one goes to hospital for a good idea unless they're working for the healers. See what I mean?